Arsenal loanee William Saliba impressed last night for Marseille in a 3-1 win over Etienne in Ligue 1. The 20-year-old is yet to make a first-team appearance at the Emirates despite being signed for £27 million last year. And last night Saliba won 8 of his 10 ground duels and was not dribbled past inside the 90 minutes by Etienne. He also had a 95.9% pass accuracy and completed 6 out of 6 dribbles. If he continues putting in performances like those, Miguel Azeez could consider recalling him. Earlier in the day, across the channel at the Etihad, Arsenal were thrashed 5-0 by Pep Guardiola's side. They didn't manage a single shot on target and the game was as good as over 12 minutes in when Ferran Torres added City's second. Pint-sized Ilkay Gundogan had already peeled away from 6 feet Callum Chambers, who was playing in centre-back Saliba's position, to head City ahead. Crystal Palace are trying to agree a price for Arsenal striker Eddie Nketiah, and are willing to spend £12 million. Former Gunners hero Shearer decided to go for Nketiah, 22, despite his lack of experience, and now hopes to end a chase that began on his Palace arrival, as Sun Sport first revealed. Nketiah can leave, and Arsenal initially wanted around £20 million, but they may drop the fee, with Palace currently leading the hunt despite Brighton considering a move. Eagles opened the bidding at £8 million and are confident they can find a middle ground and also sort out the player's demands. But in case another club comes in or Nketiah's demands are too high, they have now officially registered an offer for Edouard. Edouard, 23, is also liked by Shearer, but the cost of signing him from Celtic is high and will not be coming down. The French Palace boss hoped his fellow countryman would come cheap, but Rubin Kazan have now bid over £15 million and both Bordeaux and Nice are also lurking. Willian has agreed to join Corinthians on a free transfer, according to reports. The Brazilian, 33, only arrived at Arsenal last summer following his release from Chelsea. But the Gunners are keen to offload his £220,000 a week wages as soon as possible. And according to Fabrizio Romano, the North Londoners will not receive a transfer fee for the winger, despite having 2 years left on his contract. The journalist wrote, after 6 days negotiations. Willian to Corinthians, agreement reached and here we go soon. Paperwork's to be signed on Monday, last details to be sorted, and then Willian will travel to Brazil to sign with Timão. Arsenal will let Willian leave on a free. In a fantastic gesture, it is understood Willian has agreed to rip up his contract rather than demanding a payoff, saving Arsenal around £20 million. He is set to take a pay cut of around 70% by rejoining his boyhood club in his hometown of São Paulo. Willian has been tipped for an exit throughout the summer after a disappointing debut campaign at the Emirates. He managed just 1 goal in 37 appearances across all competitions. And the forward, who has removed Arsenal from his Instagram profile, has not featured this season. Arsenal is still interested in a move for Kieran Trippier, and he might join them before this transfer window closes. The Gunners have had a busy summer transfer window with the likes of Ben White and Aaron Ramsdale joining. They are still expecting some players to leave them, and one of them is Hector Bellerin. The Spaniard has been at the club for a decade and has lost his place in the team to Callum Chambers, which should prompt him to leave. He has informed the club of his intention to change his environment, and his agent has also been looking for a new club. Inter Milan had a strong interest in him, but it seems the Italians have now turned their attention to other targets now. Todd Fischages says Arsenal hopes he will leave and they have lined up a move for Trippier as his replacement. The Gunners have struggled at this start of the campaign, and the same report claims they will spend €40 million to convince Atletico Madrid to sell him. The Spaniards want to keep him, but that fee might be too much for them to turn down. Trippier won La Liga last season and reached the final of Euro 2020 with England. Arsenal are reportedly in talks to beat Manchester United and other clubs to the transfer of £30 million Brighton midfielder Yves Bissouma. The Mali international is also being increasingly strongly linked with Tottenham this summer, and it's hardly surprising that top clubs are queuing up to sign him before next week's deadline. Bissouma could be ideal for Arsenal at the moment, with Mikel Arteta likely to be disappointed at how things have worked out with the inconsistent and injury-prone Thomas Partey. Atletico Madrid sold Partey to Arsenal last summer, but he's looked a shadow of the player we saw in Spain, and now Bissouma might be a worthwhile replacement in that area of the pitch. The 24-year-old has been immense for Brighton in the Premier League, and he could undoubtedly also strengthen teams like Manchester United and Tottenham. Arsenal would do well to get another signing or two in before the deadline after their calamitous start to the season. Miguel Azeez has reportedly undergone a medical with Portsmouth for a potential season-long loan. Arsenal's Miguel Azeez has been spotted at Portsmouth's training ground amidst rumours that he will join them on loan for the upcoming season. The 18-year-old impressed for the Arsenal senior team during pre-season and it looked like they would keep him on. However, the Gunners have added Martin Odegaard to their squad and there would be too much competition for him if he stays. Football London reports that Arsenal's under-23 squad also has too many midfield options and it has now been determined that it would be better if he leaves the club on loan to get regular first-team action. It claims that Portsmouth has won the race for his signature after Arsenal became convinced by their manager Danny Cowley because of the work he did with Emile Smith-Rowe while they were together at Huddersfield Town. The Sun reports that Azeez has been spotted at the Pompey training ground where he would train when the move is completed and made official. Azeez is one of the highest-rated players in the Arsenal academy and the Gunners will hope he makes progress in his time on loan so that they can include him in their first-team plans from next season. Alan Shearer accuses Arsenal star Xhaka of not fancying it, against Man City. Arsenal's early season crisis deepened at the Etihad as a much-changed side sank to a catastrophic 5-0 defeat which heaped further pressure on their already under-fire manager Mikel Arteta. Xhaka was shown a straight red card for a reckless two-footed tackle on Joao Cancelo in the 35th minute. Though he won the ball, Shearer felt Xhaka could have little argument given the reckless nature of the challenge and felt Arteta should have been raging at his most experienced midfielder's late-set rush of blood to the head. That's 11 red cards in his career now. You just can't excuse this, Shearer told Match of the Day. All he's said to his teammates is, sorry lads, I don't fancy this today. Who he's trying to impress I don't know. You cannot tackle like that. We all know the laws, you can't go in like that. He's putting his opponent in danger. He's out of control, it's the correct decision, it's a red card. He's said to his teammates, you're on your own. Thanks very much, I don't fancy it today. Arteta should be raging at that tackle. You're up against it anyway. You cannot afford to do that type of thing. Arsenal fans demand Mikel Arteta sacking and choose replacement after Man City drubbing. Furious Arsenal fans are demanding Mikel Arteta be sacked and replaced by Antonio Conte after the Gunners slipped to the bottom of the Premier League with a crushing 5-0 defeat at the hands of Manchester City. Mikel Arteta's side started the day in 19th but dropped to the foot of the table after a bruising afternoon at the Etihad which saw some away fans head for the exits with over half an hour of the match remaining. The Gunners were 1-0 down within 7 minutes after Ilkay Gundogan latched onto Gabriel Jesus' dink cross to nod him. Ferran Torres doubled the lead 5 minutes later and Jesus made it 3 just before the break after Granit Xhaka was shown a red card for a horror challenge on Joao Cancelo. Things didn't get any better for Arsenal in the second half as City dominated possession and added goals 4 and 5 through Rodri and Torres to condemn the North Londoners to the bottom of the table. There are now significant question marks over the Spaniards' future following this latest horror show, with angry fans demanding a change in the dugout before the Premier League resumes next month. Supporters took to Twitter to voice their disgust at the performance and voice their opposition to the current manager.
If you like the video, like, share.